Okay, I think everyone pretty much knows by now that the first Pride was not a celebration but a protest. And we're going to keep telling you because it's important to continue to talk about it. I'm Vox. I'm a proud lesbian. Happy Pride, everybody. Let's get into it. After the Stonewall Uprising of 1969, the LGBTQ plus activists wanted to continue the movement and make sure it didn't just fade away. 1 year later, thousands of people marched through the streets of New York City in what would become known as the Christopher Street Liberation Day March. Other marches very similar happened in Los Angeles, Chicago, and other cities as well. Something important to call out is some of the most influential people in this movement were transgender women, drag performers, and people of color. Activists like Sylvia Rivera and Marsha P. Johnson fought not only for LGBTQ rights, but also for homeless youth, transgender people, and people often overlooked even within the movement itself. And this is very important to remember now. Another important but less talked about figure was Bayard Rustin, a civil rights strategist who helped organize the 1963 March on Washington. And because he was openly gay, his contributions were often pushed to the background for decades, despite his enormous influence on American civil rights. The first Pride marches weren't sponsored events or corporate celebrations, they were acts of visibility. At a time when people risked losing their jobs, housing, families, even being arrested for being openly gay. It's so important as we celebrate Pride to remember that it began with this. It's also a reminder that we are a community, a family, and we are stronger when we are looking after one another, especially those of us that are vulnerable at the time. It reminds us what leadership in moments of oppression actually looks like, and usually it's the most marginalized people stepping forward first. Throughout history, progress has never been made by those who stayed silent, only those willing to stand up. And not the people that just stood up for themselves, but those willing to stand up for others. And today, when trans people are facing a renewed hostility and discrimination, it's worth remembering that the same people that stood forward to help build this movement deserves our protection and solidarity in return. Their courage helped create a world where more people can live openly, safely, and authentically, and that is worth honoring. Pride has always been about showing up for each other, not just when it's easy or fun, but especially when it isn't.